I'll see you when you get back. Okay? Make sure you be a champion all day, okay? And waffle. All right, mommy? Yep. All right. What do we got here? What do we got here? All right. Hope everybody's doing well. I was trying to share my screen here on Facebook, but apparently when I shared my screen, I wasn't able to, you weren't able to see me. So I decided to just do this video without sharing my screen, and I've got my computer here, as you guys can see, because I've got some notes here that I want to share with you guys, right? So let me go ahead and put the resolution up. How's it going? Andrew, Doe, Robin, Eddie, Sam, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Got a bunch of friends here. We're going to go ahead and get started. Well, first and foremost, appreciate all of you guys coming on. Anytime you sneeze nowadays, people look at you weird and stuff. You can't even sneeze or cough anymore because people think you're sick and they think the world is going to end. But anyways, hope you guys are doing well. I am excited to be here. Little disclaimer. This video is going to take a minimum of 30 minutes. The good news is that most people do have time. So I'm going to tell you this much. Before we even get started, I'm going to tell you this. What I'm going to do, right, my decision to partner up with this company, and the reason why, not only the company, but the industry, is because I just looked at a bunch of factors. I've been involved in the industry of network marketing more than half of my life now. I'm 37, I started at 18. So when I was 36, it was literally half of my life network marketing. It's an incredible industry. And I've got something that's like in the middle of both of them. And I'll tell you this much. I'm going to just let you know this much. We are going to help people, mark my words, a minimum of 20 people. 20 people minimum by December 31st, 2020. A minimum of 20 people on our team make $100,000 between now and then. So we're talking about what, 8 months? We're in April. So less than 8 months. We will help 20 people minimum make over $100,000 between now and the end of this year. Okay? And I'm going to get into some so this is, listen, even if you partner up with me, I am doing this video because nowadays, this is how we network. This is how we get the message across. A lot of you guys have been asking me, JC, what are you doing? In these uncertain times, what are some advice? What are you doing? This video is part to share with you guys what I'm doing. Also, extend an invitation to work directly with me. Those of you guys that follow me for a long time, you know that I built some very, very big sales organizations in my career. The last sales organization that we built, right, that of a company that actually launched, that I was with since 2014, built an organization of well over 120,000 people, currently still producing millions of dollars of volume. Okay, I'm not going to get into the details of what happened with that company, and I've done this a lot of times, right? I've been the owner of a network marketing company, master distributor of a network marketing company, and number one earner of a network marketing company on multiple occasions. And I got to tell you, it's so here's a little bit of my story, right? How I got to where I'm at, right? And this is important. What's up, Fabian Jenner? So here's a little bit about my story and how I got to where I'm at, right? In the last 2 years, I lost over $1 million in the crypto crash, a big residual income. I lost it. My wife and I recouped, and we started building an ADT security business. And we were we had just opened up a traditional solar dealership. So we were going to go head first into the ADT dealer and the solar business, but we were going to build it different, where we created leverage, where salespeople, and we're still doing that with ADT, where salespeople can go out there and bring other salespeople and make override commissions. That was the plan. Well, obviously then a wrench gets thrown into it. For me and for everybody that's watching this and everybody around the world, right? A wrench gets thrown in the mix, which is what? The COVID-19. COVID-19 hits, we started to have people go out there and knock on doors, make sales and stuff. And we started branding ourselves, making sales and building a business. Now the biggest way to go out there and get business, we cannot get business, right? So I'm over here thinking, okay, what is it that we've got to do in times like this? Because here's one of the things that's very, very certain. In times of crisis, it's also a time of opportunities. There is incredible opportunities that are happening right now. And some people are going to capitalize on it. What's up, Ruth? And other people, Ruth, stay on here, Ruth, and you'll get exactly what we're talking about. We're going to help so many people. Again, 20 people by December 31st, 2020. We're going to help 20 people go out there, and minimum 20 people make a minimum of $100,000 in less than 8 months. You mark my words. Bold statement, and we're going to build a huge sales organization and help people make hundreds of thousands of dollars in override income. Okay? So here, and there's no need to build a sales team. So what I'm going to share with you guys, there's no need to build a sales team, and I've locked myself in. Hold on one second. What do you need? My keys? Hold on 1 second. My wife is asking me for the keys. There you go. Thank you, baby. So we're going to build a huge sales organization. So here's what's going on. To go back to my story, I had a conversation with my wife and I said, listen, I actually was not going to get into the network marketing direct sales industry. I was not going to. Traditional. What I'm going to share with you is not traditional network marketing. It is direct sales, but it's not traditional direct sales. A lot of people don't consider network marketing. And I'm going to share with you what it is exactly that it is, right? And look, real estate agents are going to be hurting. The real estate market is going to crash. I'm going to get into that. A lot of markets are going to crash. There's certain markets that are going to catapult. That's exactly what we got, because it isn't just about looking at an opportunity that, oh, I like this opportunity. I feel comfortable. I believe in this product. What is the world going to do? Bill Gates said, if you want to get well, and by the way, I'm not a fan of Bill Gates, but the guy knows something about opportunities. He said, how do you get wealthy? You identify where the masses are going and you get there first. That's exactly what we got. We're talking about a $223 billion industry by the year 2026. And it'll eventually be a $1 trillion industry just a few years later. There's going to be some massive checks, some massive wealth going to be built with what we're talking about. So I told my wife, I'm going to get back into network marketing because that's a business that I can build a check up and help a bunch of people build a check to $10,000, $20,000 per month. I can do that. It's like riding a bike, right? We can help. If we help enough people make a $10,000 check, we can make a $20,000, $30,000 check, and so on and so forth, right? So the first bullet point, I've got some notes here. This is what I wanted to share earlier. The first bullet point is what I'm doing. And I'm going to share right now in a couple of minutes the name of the company, but I want to kind of set it up for you. Number one is, it's a company and an opportunity where somebody could seriously make, this is not pie in the sky, $10, $20, $50, $60,000 per month without a team. And they could do that their first or second month. So imagine this. I've been involved in network marketing half of my life. I've never seen a business where a network marketing business where somebody could literally go out there and make $10, $30, $60,000 or more per month off of their own efforts. I've never seen it until right now. That appealed to me because I realized, okay, if somebody's not that good of a recruiter, but if they can offer a service that is, let me tell you what we're offering. We are literally offering something to people that when they see it, it's not a presentation. It's more of an IQ test. Like if they say, yes, I want it, they pass the IQ test. It is one of the most obvious things that don't require selling. You just got to get in front of people and present it to them. And the commissions are huge, huge commissions. People are making so much money in that industry. And they're doing something great for people, for the customers, and for other things. Number two, it's a recession-proof business. It's a recession-proof business. I've got one of my buddies, a neighbor down the street. He has a liquor business. His business is hurting. That is not a recession-proof business. I believe that a lot of industries, right? I've got a lot of friends on here that are in the real estate business. I was just having a conversation the last couple of days with a couple of realtors, and they say, "Hey, what's up, Mart?" And these realtors are telling me, "JC, here's the deal, man. I'm looking for what's up because I think the market's gonna crash, and I'm gonna get into that right now." I'm telling you what I'm hearing from people, right? So I said, I agree with you. It's gonna crash. One of them tells me, "Listen, I used to be a substitute teacher. Last time the market crashed, I went back into substitute teaching." The other guy said, "Hey, listen, I used to sell alarms. I think I'm going to get back into the alarm business. I don't know what I'm going to do if this happens." I happen to believe that the market is indeed going to crash. Okay, so what I'm talking about here, the business I'm doing, recession proof. In a recession, it thrives. We're going into a recession, make no mistake about it. And I'm going to skip a little bit here because we're talking about a recession. Think about this. When they mention April, and this is worldwide, right? When they mention the coronavirus, right? When they mentioned the coronavirus, April 19th, they said. April 9th. I said, there's no way it'll be April 9th. There's no way then they extended it April 30th. No way it'll be April 30th. Mark my words, man. If I used to be a gambling man, I'm not anymore. If I was a gambling man, I would bet that minimum September. Maybe August, but minimum September. But let's say it happens in July. Okay? Not August, not September, in July. By July, most businesses that are hurting right now, they're gone. Right now, most businesses that close are already out of business. So if by July things get back to normal, which I highly doubt. By the way, I highly doubt it doesn't mean that I hope for it. I don't hope for it. I wish things were back to normal already. I wish this never happened. Does that make sense? I wish this never happened. But I'm giving you my honest belief. Because everybody is wondering what in the world's going on. And a lot of people that are forward-thinking people are thinking, what should I do? What should I get into? And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to drop some bombs right now. I'm not going to talk about political stuff. I'm not going to talk about controversial things. I'm going to talk about business. Busyness, right? So if, let's say July, things get back to normal, which I think it'll happen by September. But let's say July. A lot of businesses are already going to be closed. They're going to be closed already. So no jobs for those people. Second, the businesses that are open, let's say they have 20 employees. Maybe half of them will have a job when they get back. Because they're not going to go back to business as usual and pick up where we left off. There's no way they're going to pick up where we left off. I think it was a governor of California said, "I don't like this optimism, fake reality that people are sharing with people." The reason why it's important is because if people think, "Hey, listen, things are going to go back to normal anytime soon, one more month. Hey, I can brave that. And, my bills, I'm extending them. And, my mortgage, I don't have to pay it. If I talk to the bank and my car payments," they're getting set up for failure. Instead, if they knew the truth, right, they would say, "Let me start to look at other opportunities, because what if it isn't what we're told?" So imagine a way to make money from home, a real career path that in the next 30 days you could make an extra $4,000. I'm not talking about a couple $100. I'm talking about a couple thousand. In traditional network marketing, if you make a couple $100 your first month, you're doing good. I'm talking about somebody who has a desire, who is coachable, who is willing to dedicate the time to learn the business, can make an extra $3,000, $2,000, $3,000, $10,000, $20,000 their first 60 days, their first 30 days or their first 60 days. No kidding. It's an industry that's been around for a lot of years. A company, by the way, that's been around for over 5 years. The company itself has been around for over 5 years. We're not talking about a new company that's figuring things out. We're talking about a company that already figured things out, right? And is already having people making $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 per month already. Not pie in the sky, not here's what's going to happen. Rather, this is what's happening. So, we're talking about a recession-proof business. As I mentioned, Bill Gates said, and I'm not a fan of Bill Gates, but here's what he said once. He said, "If you want to be wealthy, identify where the masses are going and get there first." The masses are going to what we're talking about. So what am I talking about? What company is it that I'm partnering up with? Some of you guys are going to be surprised. It's technically, it's not considered network marketing, but you do get paid on multiple levels. And that's what I like to do, build leverage. I don't want to just make sales by myself and have it depend on myself. Rather, I like to build big organizations and make override income like a real estate broker would or like a network marketing leader would. The company that I've decided to partner up with is called Powur. Jonathan Budd is the owner of Powur. It's been around since 2014, okay? And it's a solar direct sales company. For those of you guys that are familiar with eXp Realty, it's basically eXp Realty, but for solar. Let me share this with you. In 2014, I was building a company called Wealth Generators, right? As I'm building the company, there was a couple that joined my business for a month in San Antonio, Texas. A month later, they're no longer in the business. My buddy who introduced them to the business, I asked him, whatever happened to so-and-so and so-and-so? He said they went to this eXp, some realty company, like a network marketing company. Well, 2 years later, they were making 200 grand a month. 3 years later, they're making 300 grand a month in override income. Literally. And you guys know I've been talking for years about eXp Realty. I said if I ever get back into real estate, I do eXp Realty. Because I'm not going to go out there and be a transactional salesperson and just make money on my personal sales. Nothing wrong with that. But I want to make money on my personal sales, make big commissions while I'm building a sales team so eventually I don't have to go out there and make so many sales. So enter Powur. 2014 solar company. Now, check this out. It's a mandate. Solar is a mandate in California, for example. If you build, and this is gonna trickle down. In California, for example, if you build a new house here in California, it must have solar. From 2020 on, you build a new house, new construction, you have to put solar on it. By 2045, we're talking business here. Okay, so forget network marketing, think business. By 2045, every house in California must have solar. So here's my question to you. Now, we're just talking about California. This is going to be worldwide. Solar, you know what I mean, is worldwide. It's almost worldwide, and Powur is going to, continue to grow in the U.S. and continue to grow, right? But in California, every new house that's being built right now, if you go out there and you build a new house from the ground up in 2020 and beyond, you must put solar on it. And it is a recession-proof business. And Andres said that we're in a recession. Damn right we are. We are in a recession right now, and people haven't even noticed it. It's kind of like when you get a cold, right, or a flu. You're already sick, but you don't feel it till a little bit later. Same thing is happening right now. So by 2045, every house in California, for example, has to have solar. And the same thing is happening in other states, and it's going to continue to happen. And it is clean energy from the sun, right? So that right there, when I saw it, I said, somebody has to put the panels on all of these roofs. Somebody has to do it. Now, is there anything wrong with me going to somebody? I got a friend of mine that I went, $1,300 electric bill. We're bringing it down to $650. From $1,300 to $650, and how much is it costing him out of pocket? $0. Costing him $0, and he's going to go from $1,300 to $650. Literally getting cut in half. And most people don't realize that your electric bill goes up 5 to 6% per year. Do the math on compound interest. That means that every 12 years or so, your bill doubles. Your bill doubles. So what if this particular friend of mine, I cut his bill down in half. I cut it down in half. In addition to that, I lock in his rate, right? So instead of next year him paying $1,400, in the following year him paying $1,500, in the following year him paying $1,650, in the following year him paying $1,800, in the following year him paying probably $2,000, right? Because it started from 13, 6 years later it's 2,000, right? 6-7 years later it's 2,000, and I went from 13 to 650 and then locked it in at 650. Now, what if that was somebody that you brought in that represented a $15,000, $20,000 commission for you? Literally, there's people. I was talking to a buddy of mine that's been working with this company. The guy told me, JC, I've done my salads, I've done Organo Gold, nothing wrong with those companies. I'm just telling you what he said, right? I've done this and done that. Because I know people that made a lot of money with those companies. He happened to not. He says, I never made a $500 check with those companies. But last month he made $45,000. I'm blown away. Then I said, what about the month before that? It was more the month before that than last month. And I said, show me what you're doing. He says, JC, when I sit down, 100% of the people I sit down with, if they show me their utility bill, I input it into the system. I show them what we could do for them, and it's a wrap. Nothing out of pocket. We're going to lower your bill down, whether it's 25%, 30%, 50%, day one, costs you nothing, and we lock in your rates. And there's a 26% credit back that you get on that on the solar that you're doing. It is the biggest no-brainer out there. Now, check this out. There's a leverage broker-like model opportunity, right? So there's 6 generations of pay. That's what I love. The fact that I'm able to go out there and build a sales team and make override income, and everybody has the same opportunity, just like EXP. EXP right now has been booming. I personally think that anybody in the real estate business is going to take a decline. I don't think, I know for a fact, the real estate market is going to crash. Now, people say the prices are still the same. It's because it's a trickle effect. It's not going to happen overnight. But what's going to happen when properties sit on the market? When properties sit on the market, why? I guarantee you that there's tens of thousands of buyers that are saying, I'm not buying. I know that we had an appointment. They said this 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. I guarantee you that there was buyers telling agents, listen, I had an appointment with you to go look at properties this weekend, but with these uncertain times, I want to put a hold to them until things get back to normal. And when things do get back to normal, it's going to be over a year. To normal, it'll be over a year. Back to work, maybe September, August, September, in my opinion. But back to normal may take a year to get back to normal. So what's going to happen with all the listings on the market that first of all, you can't do open houses. You can't do none of those things. So what's going to happen with all of these properties sitting on the market? They're going to have to bring down the price. Then the competitors are going to have to bring down the price. There's no way the market's not going to take a hit. Now people say, one of the arguments, now we're talking business here. One of the arguments is, well, in 2008, there was a bunch of interest-only payments. There was stated income, and but I was a real estate agent back in 2008 when the market crashed, and I left the industry. The same thing is happening, but worldwide. So what if somebody can make from home $10,000, $20,000 per month from home with a recession-proof business? So check this out. Let's say, for example, you got this couple that they cannot pay their car, they cannot pay their cable bill, their internet bill, maybe even their mortgage. The last thing they're going to cancel is the electric bill. They're going to keep the lights on in their house. They're going to keep the heater and the AC on, their television on. And what does all that require? Their electric bill. The last thing that they are going to cancel is their electricity bill. Even if the house that they are powering with electricity, they may not pay the house. They may not pay the rent or pay the mortgage. But what are they going to continue to pay? They're going to continue to pay the electric bill. 100% that's what's going to happen. They're going to continue to pay the electric bill. That's why it's a recession-proof business. So what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, when the market does crash? Because it's inevitable. People are not going to work anytime soon. This not going to go. Look, they extended it to the 30th. I think they already extended it again. You better, look, I would bet my bottom dollar if I was a gambling man, they're going to extend it again. I've been saying it when everybody was optimistic about the 9th of April. I was like, you guys are not reading between the lines. There's no way things, but if they tell you, hey, we're not going back to normal till probably August, people would freak out. Now, in the next 30 days, when people realize they extended it again and I'm not working, this unemployment that I was counting on is not cutting it. Now things are tightening up. It's going to get bad. It's going to get worse. That's not what I'm wishing for. I'm simply stating my opinion on what's happening. So guess what? If you got a leverage-like opportunity, so what's going to happen? In 2008, about 80% of real estate professionals left the industry. They got into other industries, right? Whether it was network marketing, whether it was alarm sales is a big business. That's a recession-proof business as well. So our ADT business is going to continue to do good, right? Or whatever industry they went into. Solar existed back then, but nobody knew about it. It was way too early in 2008. Right now, the average commission with Powur is $5,000. How many people do you know that are homeowners? How many people do you know that would, especially in a recession, would like to save 20, 30, 50% on their electric bill? I know a lot of them. How many people do you know are going to continue to pay that electric bill? I know a lot of them. So there's the biggest talent of pool. The biggest pool of talent is becoming available right now. I've got construction company owners, because there's some people that I've been calling and already giving the message to. I've already signed up a couple of people. Construction company owners, real estate company owners, right? Real estate agents, loan officers. They're going to be looking for an opportunity. Now, these people already have the clientele that is required for solar. So if I've got a real estate agent, let's take JC back in 2008, right? 12 years ago, right? Which I was 25, a 25-year-old JC, right? Back in 2008. Back in 2008, I come into the industry and I say, yeah, I got past buyers that I sold houses to. So if I'm going to sell them solar, I could already call them. I already sold them the biggest investment that they are ever going to have. The biggest investment they're ever going to have, I already sold it to them. Now, the second sale is always easier than the first sale. So if I already sold them a $500,000 house, me calling them up and introducing them on how to cut their electric bill in half with nothing out of pocket and locking in their rate is not a hard thing to do. So we're literally going to help these people in the real estate business continue to not be impacted in their lifestyle, because the average commission is about $5,000 in Powur. That's the average commission to the salesperson, $5,000. Now, I'm going to get into the split sales here shortly, right? How is it that people are making these really, really big money, right? The next one is, it's a transparent revenue model. Transparent. You see all of the expenses. You see what the panels cost. You see what the installation costs. You see what all the fees are. 70% of what's left is paid to you. The other 30% is used to pay the 6 generations of pay. That's why there are people that are making the outrageous amount of money. And they're not talking about, hey, let me join this little business and make an extra $300 to $500. We're talking about, hey, listen, let's get you started. And in the same time period that over there with your buddy, you would have made $300 to $500. I can show you how to make $3,000 to $5,000 in your first 30 days. If you want to be coachable, if you want to learn the business. That to me appealed to me. Because there's so many people that are going to sleep these days praying to their creator for an opportunity. They're looking. 16 million people plus have filed for unemployment. 16 million. And that number is going to continue to go up. People right now are looking more than ever before. Okay, so let's go to the next one. The type of person that we're going to attract, I talked about that earlier, is higher caliber person. Higher caliber people, I'm talking about professionals from every industry, from real estate, from insurance, from network marketing. They're looking into this model and the timing is perfect. Nobody really knows about Powur. So that's what we're going to do. So tomorrow, I'm going to actually be doing a opportunity webinar. For those of you guys, I'm getting a lot of messages here and a couple text messages. I'll send you a pre-recorded presentation. We can get on the phone and I'll give you the information that you need. But we're going to go out there and build a huge organization. This company already for 6 years has people making thousands of dollars per month, their first or second month. Okay? So we'll have a conversation because I'm going to build the biggest team and I'm going to personally train them on how to sell solar, which I've already sold solar as well, right? On how to recruit, how to build a sales team, on the mindset, on the recruiting, on the sales, everything that I've learned throughout the years to build organizations in, my sales organizations in my career have totaled over 1 million people through my organizations and over $200 million in sales, right? This is going to be the biggest run of my life. Most of you guys have seen me in 2019 dormant, not doing much in the network marketing space. Now the reason why I chose this company is for everything that I said and for the fact that it is a 6-year-old rock solid company. Non-traditional MLM. There's not a traditional MLM. There's pros and cons to every MLM. This is not an international business. I'm okay with that. It will be one day. But how many roofs are there when you drive? And guess what? They're going to go solar. If you check your electric bill and you see all of the charges that people don't look at this. you'll realize that some of the charges you're paying for your electric bill, you're paying for other people's solar. Somebody else goes solar, they tack on some money that you pay for. There's some other one, an extra $7, $10, depends on where you live. What is that for? Low-income people. So people that qualify for low prices on solar, we pay for it, right? And so the delivery fee, like on my bill, I pay about $11 or $12 just in delivery fee for the electricity. I pay about another $14, about $8 for other people's solar. I pay about another $9 for low-income people that we are covering the bill for, which I don't mind, but at least tell me. So when people realize that, hey, listen, as more of your neighbors go solar, your bill's going to go up because somebody's got to cover that difference. So we literally are paying for other people that are going solar. And that's inevitable. Look at electric cars, right? Electric cars are a thing in the future. There's no denying that. So are solar panels. Somebody's going to put the solar on these roofs. And the people that get in, see the opportunity isn't going to be as big in 2026 than it is in 2020. 2020 is when the opportunity is going to get huge. There's real estate agents, loan officers, insurance agents, network marketers that are going to jump on solar. And mark my words, we will be the #1 team. The company has like less than, I think, 6,000 salespeople. We'll probably put 6,000 salespeople in a year in our team. We are going to blow the doors off of the hinges. We are going to create highly trained people with a bulletproof mindset that know how to sell solar, that know how to introduce the opportunity and the services, and that know how to make big checks. 20 people that make $100,000 a month before the end of this year. That means that in less than 8 months. Finally, we also got a real career path. A real career path. Forget the opportunity to build a team. Forget that. We're talking about an opportunity where you can literally go out there, okay, and make $5, $10, $20,000 per month or more off of your own efforts through social media, through Facebook, and through Zoom. You don't even have to leave your house, right? The bottom line is that the majority of the people are going to suffer through this time because they're not open to looking at opportunities and they're waiting for the government to save them. Very few percentage of people are going to look for the underlying opportunities that are available. And that home-based business in general is one of them. But I happen to believe that this is home-based business 3.0. Home-based business 3.0 because guess what? You don't have to recruit people. You don't have to build a big team. There's people in this company that are making they're making yearly income on a monthly basis with a team of less than 30. I'm going to say that again. There's people in this company that are making yearly incomes on a monthly basis with a team of less than 30 people. It is outrageous. What if we help some of those people build 100 sales organization, 1,000 sales organization? We will be the #1 team in all of the company. Volume-wise with sales, volume-wise with recruiting. We are going to blow the doors off the hinges. And I'm so excited about this. There's no chargebacks. Big commissions, no chargebacks, right? I happen to believe, and this is not a knock, and please, don't nobody get insulted because I've got a lot of real estate friends. This is not a knock on you. I hope your industry continues to do good. But I see the writing on the wall. And the writing on the wall for me, for my opinion, based on my views from my life and my experience, I believe that the real estate market is going to suffer, if not the same, more than it did in 2008. And I believe that 70-80% of the people in that profession are going to be looking for something else. The cool thing about solar is something that goes hand in hand with what you're already doing. If the real estate market takes a hit, you can continue to be a real estate professional, represent yourself as a real estate professional, but offset your income with helping your customers. And people that are not your customers, put solar on their roof. Because if I sit down with a friend of mine and I say, you guys are my friends here, let me take a look at your solar bill, let me give you a free analysis, no obligation, let me see what I can do for you. And if I come back and I save you 45%, cost you nothing out of pocket, then I show you what 5 to 6% compound effect happens, because the average utility bill goes up 5 to 6% every year. Let me show you what your check, if that continues to be true, that's been true for 30 years, let me show you what that is, what your new bill will be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15, 20, 25 years from now. And I'm going to lock it in at less than you're currently paying right now. Let me ask you a question. If in 1990 somebody came to you and said, hey, the price of gas right now, 1990, whatever it was back then, $60 a gallon, 60 cents a gallon, or $1 a gallon. Let me show you how you can lock in the price of gas from 1990. How many of you guys would do it? Everybody. Everybody. Well, guess what? That opportunity never existed. But the opportunity to lock in your friends, your family members, homeowners, their price of electricity at a lower price than they're currently paying, and they pay nothing out of their pocket. While this neighbor's paying $200, this neighbor's paying $200 a month. This guy locks it in, goes out to $150 or $100 a month because he got solar. This guy doesn't. Next year, this guy's paying $210. This guy's still paying $100. The following year, this guy's paying $222. This guy's still paying $100. 10 years later, this guy's paying $380. This guy's still paying $100. And it costs him nothing out of pocket. And then 15 to 25 years later, this guy has no electric bill whatsoever. His electricity is free. And this guy's at about $600 a month. This is real numbers. Do your homework. There's a lot of misconception on the solar business. Okay? I didn't believe in it until I took about 2 months ago, I took a 30-hour crash course and I realized, wow, nobody knows the power of this on a worldwide scale. On a worldwide scale, nobody knows about this. And guess what? Just like EXP. There's people in EXP making 200, 300 grand a month in overrides. But guess when they got started? 2014. So, Powur's comp plan is exactly like EXP's comp plan, but for solar for your clients. It is one of the biggest no-brainers that I've ever seen. The pros far outweigh the cons. So we're going to build the biggest business. And if you're looking to learn how to make, whether it's $50,000, $100,000 or more between now and the end of the year, and you're serious, you're coachable, you want to learn the business, inbox me on Facebook, or if you got my phone number, text me directly. I'm going to go out there and personally bring in 100 people between now and December 31st personally, which will be a team of over 1,000 by the end of the year. And we will help 20 people minimum make a minimum of $100,000 in commissions. Minimum of $100,000 in commissions by the end of the year. There'll be people that next week become a part of our team, learn the solar business, that by December 31st of this year, they make $100,000 from home in a recession-proof business. Mark my words. When you see the real estate market crash and a bunch of real estate agents going to different industries, the overwhelming majority are going to join the solar business. Because if they sold 10 houses last year, that's 10 sales that they got locked down. And guess what? If you're a serious professional in solar, here's what you're going to realize. And here's what I've seen with my friends in the industry. After 6 months of being serious and consistent, you get referrals like never before because your neighbor's panels are advertising your business for you. So when the neighbor goes to the neighbor and says, hey man, how you liking those solar panels? When you barely got them, they're awesome. 6 months down the line, they're awesome. A year down the line, they're awesome. Send me the contact of the person you're working with. I've been looking at it. It's obviously been working for you for the last 4 months, 6 months, a year. Send me the number. I've got friends that are in solar that make outrageous amounts of money. They're like, JC, I do this all on a referral basis. Because of all my clients, their panels are advertising on the roof. I find a creative way of staying in touch with them. And I'm closing a lot of business. But one of the things they don't have a leverage opportunity. We have a leverage opportunity where somebody could build a huge sales organization and the average overrides on somebody else's sales are like $300, $400, $500 overrides. Those are the average ones. So the commissions are big. And then finally the split sales. For those of you guys that know, those of you guys that are builders, right? Everybody does 3 split sales. That means that your first 3 sales with a mentor, you go 50-50 because they help you close those sales, right? What if you're a builder and you go out there and bring on board 10 people that do their first 3 sales with you? That's 30 split sales. The average split sale is $2,000. So if you bring in 10 people that do 3 split sales and the average is $2,000, do the math, 30 times 2,000 equals $60,000. And none of those sales were yours. They were you helping, training, and mentoring your people. We're going to create some massive checks. I believe that Powur in the next 2-3 years will have people making $1 million a year in override income in the next 2-3 years. I really believe Powur's going to do that. And we're in the beginning. We're in the beginning. We haven't even hit 2% market penetration. And when that happens, it's going to go up like a hockey stick. So anyways, guys, a lot of people have been asking what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm extremely excited. We're going to build the biggest team, the best trained team. And we're going to show a bunch of people how to make not a few $100s a month, but a few thousand, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 their very first month for those of you guys that are coachable and serious. So this is a video that I'm going to share with people when they ask me what is it that I'm doing and why I'm doing it. This is a tool that I'm going to use to share with them. So for those of you guys that are interested, I've got probably 15 messages right now on Messenger that I'm going to be getting back to. Javier just texted me too. Javier, I know you're watching. I'm going to call you back after this. So anyways, guys, God bless all of you. Listen, this business that I'm doing, like any business, it's not for everybody. My advice, forget my business at this point. My advice is find something, because things are not, my opinion, it's just my opinion, things are not going to get back to normal anytime soon. And you need a legitimate way, a realistic way to offset your income, to replace your income or more between now and then. Because things are not looking very positive. I mean, I'm not saying it's the end of the world. I don't know, right? But one of the things that I do know is that things are not going to get back to normal the way people think they are. That's not going to happen. The real estate market is going to take a big hit. Obviously, the job market already has. The stock market already has. That's just the beginning, right? People are going to be unemployed for long. The highest record that's ever happened. My point is, if you don't do this, do something. Do something. Because this is not for everybody. I wouldn't even want somebody to call me and say, Jason, I want to work with you just because you like me. Because I got a lot of people like that. There's some of you guys that you love the health and wellness industry and you could crush it there. By all means, go there. I don't want everybody. I want a few key people that are serious, that are not going to waste their time over here, and we're not going to waste our time with them. But do something, because we're going to go out there and mark my words. We will be, mark my words. If there's 6,000 people in the company right now, and it's a 6-year-old company, we'll put 6,000 people in the next 18 months in our organization alone. We will be the #1 producing team in every aspect of the business. We will be the #1 producing team. Okay? So if you want to be a part of that team, I'm going to create my core 20. 20 people that are going to be on a one-on-one mentorship basis on how to recruit, how to sell, personal development, sales training, right? Bulletproof mindset, just skills, social media marketing, right? Overcoming objections. Because with 20 people is all I need to build a 1,000-man team by the end of the year. Okay? And we're going to go out there and crush it. So, God bless all of you. All of you guys are in my prayers. I hope you guys go out there and crush it in whatever it is that you do. Right? And I wish you all the best. Be blessed. Take care.